Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of Painting with Rob, the show on the internet where we paint with me. I'm your host. Let's jump right in. So today we're going to be working on, another household item, something everybody has, something everybody loves. You don't want to get out of it in the morning. We're drawing a trash can. So we're going to start off here. We got a nice blank canvas. Now we're gonna start by setting our perspective. What angle are we looking at this trash can from? So we're gonna start by getting a nice brush size. We'll call it 5 pixels, 5 pixel brush size. And we're going to start by making what I like to call, when I talk about trash cans, I call this the lip of the trash. This is the lip of the trash, lip of it. This is the lip of the trash, and you wanna make it's a solid shape. It's got volume. It's got vibrancy. This is the lip of the trash. Here it is. Perfect. All right. So this is going to be like the front end of the trash can where we're looking at it now. This next tactic we're going to use, it's an art making tactic. Art is all about making tactics. This next one's going to be kind of difficult. This one is called the strawberry soda can technique. So we're going to take this edge here. We're going to loop it at just the right angle to add a little bit of perspective to the drawing, and then loop it all the way back here. So it looks like we're looking at, an empty thing. This is extremely similar to the tactic we used when we were making a mug. However, this one, the strawberry soda can technique, is different than the empty open mug technique, which we used in the open empty mug with the celery in it technique. So, technique. Next up, we're going to fill it up. This is really going to make our trash can look like it's empty. And we're going to not use black because you don't use that. You don't use black art is not about using black. Art is using, and then we're going to fill in right here, right there. There, all right, perfect. And now we are going to switch to black because that's what art is all about, and we're going to fill in the lip. All right, so now you'll notice here, there's this short line right along here, right? It's like dotted with little white things. Art is all about dots, so don't be worried about this, and don't think you have to get rid of these dots. They matter. They are important, okay? So just lay off. We're going to head back to 100%. Now we're going to be working on what I like to call the body of the trash. Body of trash. We're going to get a nice silvery color right around here. We're going to go with hue 160, red 140, saturation 0, green 140, blue 140, with of 132, and we're going to just call it 3/16 of the way in. We're going to cut in and go straight down. Now we're going to cut all the way across. Make sure that this line is completely parallel with the lip, and then drag it all the way up and make a nice closed shape there. And now we're going to switch over to our fill bucket. We're going to get a lighter even shade. Call it a red, green, blue of 188, 188, 188. And then we're going to use the fill bucket to fill that puppy in. So now we've basically got the trash can done. Now all that's left is to do the decor. I have a funny story. When I was on the sidewalk, when I was on the I was on the sidewalk and I was walking down, and I noticed that there was a trash can on the side of the road, and it had this interesting design on it. So we're going to implement that design in here. And we're going to do that by selecting our brush. we're going to go to calligraphy brush number 2. Now I know we haven't used a lot of calligraphy brushes in the past. It's okay to be nervous, alright? Now we're going to go up here to our swatch, and we're going to get a nice dark shade of gray, and we're going to just drag down. And then at the bottom, we're going to loop up, whoa, and we're going to come all the way back up. Yowza. There it goes. And now we're going to just head all the way to the bottom and bring it back up. Bring it all the way down. Now, next, this part's going to be hard. We're going to go down. And then this time, instead of going across, we're going to go coming back all the way up. Alright. Now, on the last one here, we're going to go all the way up. And then around, and then down again. But instead of that, we're going to just, cut across. Now, anyone following along, I bet you didn't see that coming. And here's the thing. Art is all about seeing things coming. It's all about having premonition. Art, I'll just put it this way. Art is all about premonitions. So, we're going to finish this by dragging up a little bit. Now make sure that you skip around a little bit on this one. This one cannot be whole. Alright, and you're going to drag it up. Just like that. Now this piece of artwork is going to have something different than it. This is something we've never experimented with before. We are actually going to go back and we are going to undo a little bit of this in order to make something really special. So we're going to start with the outline here. Now, what I'm hoping to do is the lid of the trash can balancing up against the trash can right here. Right, so it looks like somebody has just lazily plumped it off and then sat it down next to the trash can. So we're going to go to our squatch and we're going to get black. And we're going to go up to our brush and we are going to select crayon. And with this, we're just going to make a nice outline of where we want it to be. There, perfect. All right. Next up, get your fill bucket, and we're going to change our squatch color to an even lighter shade than the inside of the inside. And then we're going to just color it all in. Color all of it in. All of it. Perfect. And now next up, we're going to go back to our brush. We're going to select. Now, we're not going to select this. We're going to select this. Okay? And then like that down there, and we're going to do red 70s. That's what I call it, the red 70s. That's this color that I named. And then we're going to use the watercolor brush to make the handle right in there. Now you'll notice this is very similar to how the oil brush works. Now let me just demonstrate. Boom. That's one streak with the watercolor brush. Boom. See how it's darker? Now we're going to do the same thing but with the oil brush. And you don't have to copy this down at home. That's the oil brush. Double oil brush. Now you see, the oil brush is exactly the same. It's just a little bit darker, and that's all. Now we're going to finish this off. Alright. Now, with luck, if you followed all of these instructions, it should look like this is what it should demonstrate. And then, once you're done with this, you can move on to the next one, which is obviously the Oscar the Grouch. So for the Oscar the Grouch, you're going to want to grab a nice green color and you're going to ump the size up to all the way up to 8, and you want to grab this arrow design tool. Now this is the first time we've ever used an arrow design tool, so we're going to just click and drag to right about there. Alright, and we're going to go to our fill bucket and we're going to fill that puppy in. Alright, and now some of you haven't seen Sesame Street, which is just beyond me. I don't know what is wrong with you, but some of you just haven't. So this is a character on Sesame Street. His name is Oscar the Grouch. And we're drawing him. Oscar the Couch. So he's a little grumpy. He's angry. So we're going to give him angry eyes. So he looks angry. Then we're going to switch over to this. And then we're going to change our brush over to calligraphy brush 1. And we're going to equip a nice blue color. And we're just going to make a nice drop right there, like he just regrets his high school years. Perfect. Alright, now you're almost done. Because it wouldn't be the Sesame Street without That's right, without a Sesame Street sign. So we're going to switch our brush size to this, and we're going to make a pole here with a box, and it's going to come all the way back down, and we're going to close off this part of it actually, and we're going to fill that in with a nice metal color, and then we're going to make this one the same color as Oscar the Couch, and then we're going to add a text box in here, and the text box will say, "Here lies the Sesame Street." Alright, and we're going to make that color black. Alright, so that's all you have to do, really. If you want to take my art classes, I'm available from 9 to 5 every day of the week, not counting Monday through Friday. I'm not open on Sundays either because I'm busy. So, you know what, just go to my website. That's www.com, and that's where you'll find all our information there. So, I guess you could say, in a word, that's all. That's all.